Shonda Rhimes, you ain't shit, but you the shit because you knew good and damn well to release this series during Black Women's. I'm not one of your little friends during Black Women's. I'm about to give you something to really cry about in a moment. Black Mama Month. And you also knew to give us this masterpiece on the same month that Camilla would be the queen of concerts. You ain't shit, Shonda, but you the shit at the same damn time. What's up, guys? It's your sister. Let's go ahead and get into this Queen Charlotte review, bitch. Now, before we get into this Queen Charlotte review, I heard through the grapevine that a side bitch got crowned last weekend. Make some noise if you care. Wow. Silence. Just silence in the studio. My studio has never been this silent. We don't care. I'm here to tell you, bitch, we do not give a fuck. The only royals we will ever acknowledge is Queen Charlotte, Queen Princess Diana, and Meghan Markle. The rest of you bitches, we do not give a fuck about. I'm here to tell you, we don't give a fuck. The thing with Camilla is, what is she not the queen of concerts? What she queening for concerts? Listen, we don't give a fuck. You really are the ugliest queen ever crowned. Like, that shit is crazy to me. Like, you waited this long. Like, imagine how old what's her name? King Charles, whatever the fuck. What was he, like 29 or something when he went into marriage and started officially waiting to be king or whatever? Bitch, it took y'all this long to finally get queen, and you both look dusty. Just both of y'all just look dusty, rusty, old, just ugly, new lead. I've never seen it before. My God.
Just look at the material, not the flapjack titties. My God, not titties, just a flapping, just all the way down to her belly button, child. Just atrocious, child. I'm disgusted.
But baby, we don't give a fuck. Have fun being the queen of concerts. We don't give a fuck. So let's go ahead and talk about this Black Queen. Before we continue, y'all, if you have not, I hate to sound like a broken record, but I just feel like, hey, I'm pushing this on my own, so I want to make sure if you support me that you know I have a song out called KOUPÉ. It is amazing. Please, 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 please stream KOUPÉ at your earliest convenience. It is on every streaming platform. It is a fun song. It is a good song, and the visuals are coming soon. All right, y'all, let's get into Queen Char, okay? Because it's a lot to go. It's a lot to dissect. First of all, I'm going to get this out the way. Shonda Rhimes, you will pay for your crimes. Shonda Rhimes, you will pay for your crimes, okay? We're going to get into this, but I just want to put that up front. Please, if Shonda Rhimes sees this, let her know that Jessie Woo said she will pay for her crimes, because you ain't shit. You ain't shit, but you the shit at the same damn time. Shonda Rhimes, you ain't shit, but you the shit because you knew good and damn well to release this series during Black Women's. I'm not one of your little friends during Black Women's. I'm about to give you something to really cry about in a moment. Black Mama Month. Oh, you knew to give us this masterpiece during Black Mother's Day month. You knew that. And you also knew to give us this masterpiece on the same month that Camilla would be the queen of concerts. You ain't shit, Shonda, but you the shit at the same damn time. All right, y'all. Episode 1. I'm seeing niggas. And not just any type of niggas. Royal niggas. It's niggas that are in royalty. It's niggas in ball gowns. It's niggas with crowns. It's niggas ordering white people around. Niggas who are royal. I'm here for it, okay? I love how in the beginning Shonda Rhimes did put that disclaimer, baby. Facts have been glamorized, okay? Baby, facts have been fictioned, okay? This is based on a true story. She was letting us know up front, baby, I'm choosing violence, okay? We are choosing violence, okay? So bring some snacks, bring your drinks, and sit the fuck down and put your judgment to the side, baby. We gonna have an entertainment 6 hours. We're gonna have an entertaining 6 hours, point blank period, okay? So take all that serious shit and shove it to the side. This is purely for entertainment. Thank you. This is purely for entertainment. All right? Okay. Now we see little Shar. I guess like she peeps her brother having a conversation about her and how, I don't know, did he say like some contracts have been signed or something like that? Then next thing you know, we see her getting her waiting to exhale on. She start breaking statues. Yes, violence, violence. C'est ça moi-même. Violence. C'est ça me choisi. Violence, violence. Yes, I'm like, woo, yes, violence. I love it. So she breaking statues. So I guess he done signed, sealed, delivered. He about to deliver her sister over to the royal family, okay? So now they in the royal carriage. My sister is mad as hell. My sister is mad, okay? They going back and forth. They going through it. Her and her brother arguing. You know, she's mad at the fact that her brother is shipping her off to from Germany to England to this king that nobody really knows much about. She also mad that she could hardly breathe because she got a low vibrational corset made of whalebone, okay? She's like, listen, not only am I being shipped off to some white people by my own flesh and blood, okay? My own flesh and blood is sending me off to revisit slavery, okay? But I am wearing a low vibrational ass corset made of whalebone. Now raise your hands if you knew that whalebones were made, that corsets were made with whalebone. What the fuck? You know, it's crazy what was going on back in the 1700s. Whalebone? I didn't even know that whales had bones. Do they have bones? Free Willy was out. Y'all was out here killing Free Willy to make corsets? On me, like you were my brother. Love me like my mother. Will you be there? I could just hear Free Willy in the background, just crying out, because they about to kill his ass to make a corset. That is very low vibrational of y'all, okay? So they in the carriage, arguing, carrying on. I don't know. It just really killed me because while she was in the carriage being shipped off to the King of England, I kept thinking, you know, they know she black, right? They do know she black, right? And I kept thinking about how Meghan and Harry had given us the tea about how Harry's brother, it was never confirmed, but bitch, I'm confirming it. It was never confirmed, but I'm very auspicious that it was his damn brother that said, well, what hue of black is the baby's gonna be? Okay, so while Charlotte was in this carriage, I said, my God, do they know that these kids might come out a little brown? You know, are they okay with that? You know what I'm saying? Like, do they know, like, are they questioning what hue of brown the baby's gonna be? I don't know why that just came to my mind when I was watching that scene. But yeah, so, you know, she mad because she being shipped off to a white family, you know. She being shipped off to people who don't wash their legs. You know, she being shipped off to people who don't, you know, season their meat. You know what I'm saying? She being shipped off to a family that was very responsible for the enslavement of black people. I mean, it's a lot of shit going on. It's a lot of shit going on in Charlotte's mind. And her brother is just like, girl, it's already been signed, sealed, delivered. You gone. So it's nothing that we could do right now. You on your way, period. Okay, so what I do like about this series is that it does go back and forth from the past to future, right? So the first glimpse that we get of Queen Charlotte as an adult is her being woken up out of her sleep in the kingdom. You know, there's a lot of commotion going on. It's late at night. And the way they bombarded into her castle or into her palace, she knew like somebody must have had died, right? So she's just assuming that it's her husband. She's like, you know, did he die? And they're like, no, he hasn't died. And she's like, okay, but for y'all to be waking me up out of my sleep this damn early, somebody must have died. And they're like, yeah, the Princess Royal has passed away. So her daughter passed. So her daughter passed while giving birth to her granddaughter and or her grandchild. And we, you know, see them down to the funeral. Everybody's like unconsolable. And Queen Charlotte is like, now. Like she patting everybody on the back. She ain't crying. She just mad because she ain't got no grandbabies yet. She got these grown ass kids. And at the first sight of having, you know, the next heir, they both die. Her child and her grandchild died. So she's like, listen, I know y'all sad and all. You know, I know I done lost a child, but bitch, we need an heir. We need the next extension of the family. So which one of y'all, well, we're going to get into that. We're going to get into that, but she don't really, she's kind of cold. She's kind of cold. And I think as I'm watching this series, I kind of see why she becomes who she becomes, right? Back to back to Charlotte pre-queendom. We see her coming up to the palace where the king is at, and she meets the queen mother. Now, bitch, what is Caitlyn Stark doing here? What the fuck? I thought Caitlyn Stark had done died. What the fuck is... The last time I seen Caitlyn Stark was down to the red wedding. And y'all remember what the fuck happened to her ass? Didn't they chop her ass up? You know? I said, what the fuck is Caitlyn Stark doing here? Okay, last time I saw her, she was fighting for her son, Robb Stark, who did not follow the rules and marry who he was intended to marry. So he got him, her, and all the damn Starks burned to a crisp, right? I said, look at her ass popping back up. What's up, Caitlyn? But in this story, she is the queen mother, right? So she meets Charlotte. It's very like surface level or whatever. Then Charlotte goes off. Like it's actually her wedding day. My goodness. Like Charlotte doesn't even get to like meet the king or nothing. It's like, bitch, hey, how you doing? Okay, go get ready. Your wedding day. Your wedding about to start in like 30 minutes. Oh my God, what is this? So then we see in another scene where Caitlyn Stark, where the queen mother is talking to the court, the rest of her court, and they're like, okay, well, damn, she blackity black, like, you know what I'm saying? She black, like she got the naps and all that. How black is this baby gonna be? And I said, look at them answering my questions off the top. Look at them answering my questions off the top. I knew they was asking that. I knew they was like, how black is this baby gonna be? Is the baby gonna have, you know, 4A hair? Or is it giving 3C? You know what I'm saying? Like, what is gonna be the hue? You know what I mean? Like, how brown is the hue gonna be? Is it giving Faith Evans black, brown? Or is it giving Mary J. Blige brown? Or is it giving Angela Bassett? Or is it gonna pop up and give us Lupita? Is it gonna be Lupita? What is it? You know what I'm saying? I said, look at these whiteys. Look at these whiteys asking the questions. So anyway, after they done discussed her niggery skin, Charlotte is whisked off to go get prepared for her wedding that starts in 6 minutes. So then out of nowhere, we get this scene, okay? Very reminiscent of The Color Purple, okay? So a young Lady Danbury is getting her inside smashed to smithereens by somebody very, very old, and she's just getting her Color Purple on. Just it's giving, he get on top of me and do his business. Shonda Rhimes, you will pay for your crimes. Was this really part of the story, or is this something you put in there? Did you watch Color Purple and say, you know what, I'm gonna put that in one of my stories one day? Yeah, I'm gonna put this in one of my stories one day. And she sure did. She put, he gonna get on top of me and do his business. I, for the life of me, could not understand why Lady Danbury was getting her back blown in. I said, when the scene popped up, I said, why is Frederick Douglass smashing this young lady's insides like this on my TV screen? What is this?
Oh my God, just imagine me. I can't imagine me having to endure this day and night. Oh my God. And then he got the nerve talking about that was a good ride. A good ride? This nigga think he riding a pony. I cannot.
Anyway, after Lady Danbury has, you know, Color Purple sex with Frederick Douglass, we see her go into her bathroom and she's talking to her maid, and apparently she gets an invite to the royal wedding, and she's shocked because niggas don't get invited to places like this, okay? Now let me just back up a little bit, okay? Because Queen Charlotte herself comes from royalty too, okay? So Queen Charlotte is from Germany. She was born to the royal family there. And Lady Danbury is also from royalty, but at first glance, I didn't really understand that. I just assumed, okay, these are blacks with some sort of position in this kingdom. But lo and behold, she actually comes from royalty, and she comes from a royal family in Sierra Leone. And we're gonna get into more of that in a minute, because we're gonna see how her background is just not really respected as it should be in this kingdom. So now fast forward, we see Queen Charlotte, or a queen to be Charlotte. She's in her quarters, you know, getting dressed by the royal people or whatever, and she's asking them questions. Okay, hey y'all, I know y'all getting me dressed up for my wedding or whatever. You know, I know y'all getting me ready for my queen to be moment or whatever. But can anybody tell me what do the king look like? What do he look like? How old is he? Does he like seasoned food? Does he wash his legs? You know, does he put raisins in his potato salad? She asking all the real questions, and nobody wants to answer her questions. She's asking like about his personality. What does he like to do? What are his hobbies? I don't know anything about this man that I'm about to marry, and nobody wants to answer her questions. Now, we do see a scene where the king's mom, Princess, is it Agatha? I can't remember. Is it Agatha? Princess, I think that's her name. Princess Agatha, the king's mom. She's talking about the Danburys. I don't know. I can't remember whether she said it to them or if she was talking to her court, but she reminisced on the fact that Lady Danbury's, well, Lord Danbury, who is the nigga I keep calling Frederick Douglass, he actually went to school with the king's father at Oxford, I think it was. But she doesn't say that. She doesn't say Oxford yet, but she says that they went to school together. And so that lets me know, if they went to school together, that lets me know that Lord Danbury is spoken for. Like, this man has an important background, okay? And so the fact that they're getting an invite into the wedding is a must. They should be receiving a invite, right? But also, this kind of gives me, are they trying to like put a band-aid on racism? It's giving, let's put a little band-aid on it. Let's put a little band-aid on racism. You know, she black. Let's invite, you know, the queen about to be black. Let's invite some of the other blacks, you know, to come and witness this day. Let's kind of act like we're remedying the situation over crumpets in a wedding. That's what it's kind of giving. So while this is going on, child, Charlotte done made up her mind and said, listen, don't nobody want to answer no questions about this king. I'm getting the fuck out of here. So she tries to escape, and she says, I'm leaving. Because clearly, whoever this white nigga is out trying to set me up, he's clearly a beast. Because don't nobody want to answer no questions about his ass. So I'm leaving. We see her ass down to the garden trying to escape by climbing the walls, climbing up some leaves, some trees. I mean, my sister was determined to escape slavery. Okay, she was getting her Harriet Tubman on. She said, I see the setup. I see what the fuck y'all trying to do. I'm gonna get the fuck ASAP. Okay? While she's getting the fuck ASAP. While she getting the fuck ASAP, we see the king go up to her, but she don't know it's the king. Now, very quickly, King George was fine as hell. I see why Charlotte gave this man 15 kids. This man was fine as hell, okay? He was fine as hell. See, for my friends and associates, if you ever want to set me up with some pink meat, this is exactly what I'm looking for. Right here. This is exactly what I'm looking for, okay? That's what I'm looking for. That's what I'm looking for right there. If you ever decide to set me up with somebody of the nationality that doesn't believe in washing legs, doesn't believe in washing their hands, didn't discover washing their hands until it was the panoramic, this is what I'm looking for right here, okay? Let's not get it twisted. This is exactly what I'm looking for, okay? That boy was fine as hell. That's a fine, oh, that's a white king right there. That's a white king right there. Literally. Okay, so he down in the garden and he sees who's supposed to be his future wife trying to leave, all right? So he's like, excuse me, miss, can I help you with something? What's going on? What the hell is going on? Excuse me, miss, what's your name? Where are you from? Can I come roll with me? Can we get married tonight? Sorry. Okay, so he trying to help her not escape. And he's like, you know, excuse me, like, can I help you? And she's like, I'm trying to leave the premises because clearly the king is a troll. So I'm trying to leave, period. Okay? So can you please help me before they set me up with this beast? Okay? This beast of a king, whoever the fuck he is. And then he says, well, I'm King George, Your Majesty. Bitch, she hollered. I mean, she ain't holler, but I could see her inner holler. But also, I could see her say, wait a minute now. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So this is love. Mm-hmm. So this is love. So this is what makes hearts fly. I'm on a glow. Mm-hmm. And now I know. Now I know the key towards heaven is love. It was giving. The moment was giving. It was giving. I'm on a glow. Mm-hmm. And I can fly. I'll touch every star in the sky. So this is the miracle that I've been dreaming of. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So this is love. Woo, bitch! I don't know why I felt that song down in my spirit. But when I saw them meet each other, it just gave Cinderella. It just gave that. It gave that. And that moment gave that too, because remember, Cinderella, she had to leave the ball. You know, the storyline is different, but she had to leave the ball. And it's like, she was making her escape because she had to get back home before the pumpkin, you know, before the carriage turned into a pumpkin. I don't know why I just saw the correlations with that. And it just gave that, you know what I mean? But anyway, so we have him reveal himself to her, and her whole body language changes because it's like, oh, wait a minute now, this ain't no beast now. This is a fine ass white nigga right here. This ain't no beast. This is not a troll. And he told her, like, you know, I'm not a beast and I'm not a troll, okay? And he goes on to tell her, listen, you know, yeah, I'm King George, Your Majesty, but to you, I am just George. And I loved that because he made it personable, right? And he tells her, you know, as his wife, he hopes that she'll ignore the whole king thing. And he tells her, you know, like, what do you want to know about me? Whatever you want to know, I'm here to tell you. She says everything. I need to know your credit score. I need to know, do you wash your legs? I need to know that. Do you wash your legs? Do you season your meat? Cause bitch, back in Germany, we like seasoning. Do y'all like seasoning? I need to know what I'm getting myself into. Are you a bus driver? Are you a bus driver? Because I don't date bus driver. I don't marry bus driver. Baby, she was here. I need to know. I need to know. She said, well, I need to know A, B, C, and D. And he was very willing to tell her everything about himself. As they're talking, her brother comes. And this is the first time we've seen her brother since he brought her in to the kingdom. He's like, I'm so sorry. You know, like he's trying to like huff and puff. And the king tells him, listen, I have made the acquaintance of this beautiful girl. And mind you, he told her how beautiful she was and how gorgeous she was. And he tells her brother, listen, I would love to have her hand in marriage, only if she should choose so. So if she should choose so, if you should choose so, Shasha, I'll see your ass inside, okay? And boom, bam, there it is. And she looks at her brother like, shit, you heard him? Shit, my body, my choice. You heard my husband. You heard my husband. Now let me go ahead and get ready for my husband. Let me get ready for my husband. I better get ready for my husband. So she goes and she gets ready for her husband, okay? Now let's get into this wedding. She decides to marry George's fine ass. We down to the altar, bitch. First of all, gorgeous gowns, great gowns. It was the afro for me. Queen Charlotte's afro was so gorgeous. It was the other black people in the crowd for me. It was the brown girls seeing another brown girl ascend to queendom for me. Like, it was those things for me. And you can tell that their hope, like the black hope, was now in this girl. Just the way that they looked at Charlotte when she was coming in, the mistiness of the eyes, you know, they were excited about. This was literally like a new chapter for them. Like, okay, this is a new era for us. It was giving a shining new era. It's tiptoeing nearer. Okay? Shout out to those of us who love The Lion King. I love The Lion King, my favorite movie of all time. It was a new era. It was a new era. Get down to the altar. The ceremony was beautiful, baby. It's time for them to kiss each other, baby. All I see is tongue and tonsils, tongue and tonsils. It's a war between the tonsils and the tongue, just tongue, tonsils. I see esophagus, all that, tongue, tongue, tongue. They tongue each other down, baby. I loved it. I loved every minute. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba, I'm loving it. I loved it. Now we get down to the reception, baby. You know what it's giving. You know what it's giving. It's giving pirouettes and pointy toes. It's giving stockings. It's giving... That's what it's giving. Side note, you know what? As I was watching this, because anytime you go to a royal ball, I'm saying it like I've been to one. Anytime you go to a royal ball, it's always giving. Is that where black people got the whole... You know when you go to black weddings, especially like when I was a kid, I used to... I don't know if this was a Haitian thing, but the bridesmaids would always come. What the fuck is that? Like, what the fuck is that? Is that where they got that from? Did a black person one day say, you know what, they be doing that shit down to the balls at the Royal Kingdom. Let's go ahead and bring this shit to the hood. Let's bring this shit to the niggas. Kim, y'all please stop that shit. I haven't seen it in a while. Don't bring that shit back. But anyway, y'all, so we down to the reception. It's giving ballerina moves and pirouettes, pointy shoes and stockings. And baby, I didn't see not one plate of food. Now, I'm sorry. All this money y'all done made off of slavery, and y'all ain't had not one turkey leg down to the reception? My sister is in danger. How is she, like, okay now, what the fuck? Where the food at? Where is the food? After the reception, you know, everybody's looking good, feeling good, you know, everybody's feeling like, you know, they done overcame racism just after one night. We see the Queen Charlotte's brother bid her a very rapid farewell. Like, he wasn't even like, you know, I'm gonna miss you. And he's like, all right, bye girl, enjoy your kingdom. And he just hauls ass. What the fuck was that? What the fuck was that? And then you have Lady Danbury, who comes up to her and she's like, you know, it was so nice to meet you. Thank you so much for having. Bitch, be careful with these white people, okay? Be very careful with these whiteys, all right? And if you ever need me, just holler, cuckoo. I'll be right there. Cuckoo. I'm there on the spot. Call me. Call me. And then she hauls ass too. I said, well, what the fuck is going on? It seems like, why is the vibes changing? Why is the vibes changing? The vibes was changing during Black Mama Month. I'm not understanding that, okay? And so after that, we have King George, who comes up to her and he's like, I have a surprise for you. So he puts her into a nice carriage. It's so dreamy. It's giving Cinderella, y'all. They roll up to this big ass palace and she's like, oh my God, what is this? And he's like, it's yours. I built it for you. And I had all your stuff moved during the wedding. And she's like, really? So this is where we're gonna stay? And he like, nah, this is where you staying. And she like, this is our wedding night, George. What the fuck is going on? And why am I not down at the official palace? Why do you have me in this side house? What the fuck is going on? And George is like, this is for you. You're gonna be staying here. I'm gonna stay down to the palace. You gonna be staying at the side palace. I'm gonna stay at the palace. And she like, but this is our wedding night. I don't understand. We are in a marriage. And he's like, what don't you understand? You staying here, I'm staying there. And she like, but George, this is our wedding night. And it's crazy because like they walk into the palace holding hands, right? And as soon as them damn doors closed, George let her hand go so motherfucking fast. She like, what the fuck is going on? So George is like, girl, I don't know, like, do you habla inglés? I don't know how to, do sign language. What don't you understand? You stand your black ass over here. I'm gonna take my white skin over there, okay? Blacks over here, whites over there, okay? Like, that's what it was giving. So she like, but George, this is our wedding night. Ain't we supposed to do the horizontal Tootsie Roll tonight? I mean, I don't know much about it, but what she say? She said, my governor told me that on my wedding night, I'm supposed to do the horizontal Tootsie Roll. What's going on? Ain't we supposed to? Georgia like, not tonight. And she's like, but George, and he hits her with, I am your king. You gonna do what the fuck I say. And the way she adjusted so fast, she was like, oh, okay. I thought to me you were just George. My bad. Why don't me and my nigga skin just roll? She gets to rolling. Now, let me tell y'all something. I am upset. By the first episode, I'm upset. It was a roller coaster. It was a roller coaster, baby. It's up and down. It was too many ups and downs for me. My poor heart can't take that, okay? These new titties, they can't take that. Well, these titties are 2 years old, but they still kind of new, right? These toddler titties can't take that, okay? It's giving, why is my sister here? It's very much giving, what the fuck is wrong with this man? It's giving, why? I don't know. It's a scheme that Todd set up to come to us with the bullshit. I'm not liking it. Pa-da-pa-pa-pa. I'm not loving it. Yeah, it's giving damn. For a moment there, I thought that my sister had found love in a hopeless place. And it's not giving that. It's like, damn, even down to the throne, black women can't find love? What the fuck is going on? So then later on, we see a scene with Queen Charlotte as an adult. And, well, I guess in present time, right? So in present time, she's with her kids. So I guess she's with the remainder kids. And she's like, my God, y'all ain't give me no grandkids. My daughters are practically virgins. My sons ain't nothing but hoes. All y'all doing is walking around the kingdom hoeing. Y'all got a bunch of illegitimate kids. Like what the fuck is going on? She even asked her daughter, she said, are y'all putting it in the right hole? This is the hole. This is the penis. The penis goes into the hole. You see these two continents? They need to meet. Are y'all making these continents meet or not? Are y'all making these continents meet or not? What is going on? Are the continents meeting? We need to meet. There needs to be a meeting in your bedroom with the continents. What is going on? Okay? So she's upset. She doesn't have these kids. None of her kids have given her any grandchildren. And so that's where the first episode ends. Let's get into episode 2. So now we're on episode 2, and this is off the heels of George not being who Charlotte thought that he was gonna be, not being kind to her, just being a total asshole, leaving her alone, on their wedding night. And I just was thinking to myself, well, why is he leaving her alone? Is it racism? Is it that he got some side bitch maids down to the palace? Is he fucking on some of the, the workers down to the palace? What is it? Like, something obviously is wrong here, because the most important thing, everybody knows this, is when you marry a royal, the most important thing to do is to produce an heir. They don't give a fuck if you breathe. As long as you bring them an heir, if you die, it's all right. They're okay with that shit. But we have an heir. That's the most important thing. So this is off the heels of all this. Charlotte at the time, I believe, is 17. She's obviously a virgin, but she knows how important it is to do the horizontal Tootsie Roll on your first night. And so episode 2, we're seeing her first day as queen. You know, people are waiting on her hand and foot. And I think that, you know, I didn't even mention this, but the first night after George left her in the palace, you know, we see her tell herself, damn, I should have went over the wall. I should have followed my first mind. And here's the thing. One thing about black women, we always know. We be knowing. We be know. Like the black woman's first mind is the best mind. It is the best mind because we be knowing. She knew. Even at such a young age, she knew. She had enough life experience to know this wasn't it. And so it's her first day as queen. You know, she's surrounded by the workers. And I think she comes to a realization like, damn, like, the only man who honestly will ever stand by her side day in, day out is Brimsley. Brimsley is her butler or her hand. I don't know. I think he's like her butler. But anyway, Brimsley, it is his job to follow her everywhere she goes. He will not leave her. Even when the king left her, he was right there. Like, he is going to be with you day in, day out. That is his job. There's nothing that she could do about that. So listen, first day as queen, Shar realizes that, hey, I may got an ain't shit husband, but bitch, I'm the queen now. I got a whole kingdom to run. So she's ready to dive into her queen duties. And so she asked Brimsley, okay, what's my schedule for the week? What I got going on? Do I have tea and crumpets with my bitches? Am I gonna get some tea and crumpet with my bitches, with my ladies in waiting? Am I doing charity work? What the fuck am I doing? And Brimsley was like, girl, you ain't got nothing on the schedule. This is your honeymoon week. You are not doing anything. And she like, well, what the king doing? He's like, he don't be doing nothing either. He don't be liking being around people. Well, what the fuck am I supposed to do as the queen? Where is my schedule? Where is what are parties at? Like, hey, what a party at? Like, what's going on? This is boring. Y'all are boring me on the first day already. I'm bored. Now we get a glimpse of George's mom. She's down to the court. She's down to the queen's court, queen consort. Is she? No, she's not down to the queen's court because she ain't the queen. But she's talking to the court or whatever. And she's saying, look, now that we have a nigga queen, we need more niggas in positions because we have to make sure that we don't turn them off. You know, we need to give people who look like her positions in the kingdom. So, you know, it looks like we ain't racist, basically. It looks like we ain't racist. Now, she also mentions how worried she is about Charlotte and George producing an heir because George is special. Now, okay, bitch, what the fuck? Is George gay? Is he how you doing? Let me know. Like, am I the only one who was watching this? Like, what the fuck do she mean by special? Is she talking about special, like Barney special? You are special, special. Everyone is special. Everyone in his or her own way. Like, are we talking about everybody being special? Or is your son gay? Like, is your son doing the horizontal Tootsie Roll with specifically booty holes of the kingdom? Like, what the fuck is going on, girl? Like, spill it out. It's giving, What is it giving? Is he how you doing? Let me know. She also mentions that back in her day, it would be 7 people that would be in the room the night of the wedding to verify, to make sure that there was sex. Okay? That sex had taken place. And so she's like, you know, now there's this whole thing of privacy. They need privacy. Back in my day, that's not what it was. You had eyes and ears to make sure to report back that, yes, they did indeed bed each other. So, okay, again, what does this mean, girl? Like, do you feel like he's not going to have sex with Charlotte? Like, does he not like women's? Does George not like women's? Let me know. Does he need to be delivered? What is going on? Meanwhile, back at the palace, Charlotte is having a buffet for the ages, bitch. She done got her hair done. They done got her all pretty gowns, beautiful gowns. She down to the queen's table. Son's king, okay? George is nowhere to be found. She down there having a brunch alone in a room. She alone in a room. She getting her Yolanda Adams on and she having brunch alone in a room, okay? Without her husband. That must have been a crazy ass feeling to like, you're the queen and you ain't got no husband. Like, you got a husband, but like, he's nowhere to be found. But you know, you're being served by all these people. I mean, I don't know, like, that must be a very lonely feeling. You know, like, I don't know. And it's giving racism. Something about this is, I don't know, it's giving racism a lot. Now, after she has her brunch, she goes, she gets ready again. You know, they change her clothes. It's just crazy how, like, they change you. I think they change you like 3 times a day. Like, it's really ridiculous. But anyway, after her brunch, she goes and she changes clothes. And she says to Brimsley, you know what, Brimsley? I want to see my husband. And he's like, oh, but he's not in the palace. She's like, I want to see him now. And they have no other choice but to take her to him. So they take her to him. She barges in on him in his palace, and he's got a whole like galaxy room, a stethoscope room that looks kind of crazy. He got food on the table, food on the floor. His clothes are on the floor. It looks like he hasn't left the room in days. And he's looking into a stethoscope. And he's like, damn, baby, what the fuck are you doing here? And she's like, you know, I came to see you. Like, what's going on? And he's like, look, I've been looking at the stars. Come look at this. So she looks into the stethoscope. And for sure, he's built this room, and he's had these instruments built where he's studying the sky, and he's letting her know about the galaxies and the moon and the stars and all that shit. And, you know, Charlotte is like, you know, this is cute. This is cute. I like what you got going on here, but you about to tell me that you would rather look at the stars than to look at my coochie? You would rather look at some stars than to look at this tight-ass virgin coochie imported all the way from Black Germany. This is what we doing? The continents are not meeting. The continents don't meet. Something is wrong here. The continents don't meet. Coochie, stars. The continents don't meet. Something is going on here. Something wrong. Okay? Explain yourself. And then, you know, she goes on to tell him, like, listen, like, this is hard for me. I was taken away from my country, from my family. I'm 17 years old. Now I'm in a new kingdom that I'm queen over, and my husband doesn't even want to spend time with me. I'm lonely. Like, what am I supposed to do? I'm 17 years old. Like, you know, I'm here trying to make things work with you. I'm alone. Y'all took me from my black ass family in Germany, brought me to this white ass family in London. It's given y'all don't really want me here. I don't have any friends. I don't have anything. Like, and you're my husband. Like, you're the person who I should be spending all this time with, and you don't want to spend time with me. You need to be spending time with me. We need to be doing the horizontal Tootsie Roll. What is going on? And King George tells her, go home. You need to go home. Go home, go home, go home, go home, go home. He hits her with the go home, Roger. It's just very sad. It's given, y'all don't want me here. Why am I here? Like, why did y'all bring me here? What is going on? It's not giving that I belong here. Y'all not treating me like somebody who belongs here. And so anyway, after that, we see George's mom talking to their butlers. She's talking to Charlotte's butler and George's butler, and she's like, what the fuck is going on? I need the tea. Has there been clapping of the cheeks yet? Has George clapped Charlotte's cheeks yet? I need to know. And the butlers lying through their bonnet tea. Oh yeah, of course. They've been clapping cheeks all day and all night. Yeah, they went into last night they was clapping cheeks. And then this morning they was clapping cheeks. They clapping cheeks right now. Just lying through their bonded ass teeth. So then we see Charlotte, she summons Lady Donbury. Lady Donbury comes and they have tea. You know, like, Lady Donbury's not stupid, all right? She knows how things go in the kingdom, so she's surprised that she's having tea with Shar during her honeymoon week. And so she's like, yeah, girl, what am I doing here during your honeymoon week? You know, you're supposed to be clapping cheeks. You're supposed to be getting your cheeks clapped right now. And Charlotte's like, oh, girl, you know, I'm just taking it easy, child. There's been a whole lot going on. But, you know, I'm taking it easy, child. You know, I'm not meeting with none of the other ladies in waiting. You're the only one I'm meeting with. I'm just taking it easy during my honeymoon week. And Lady Donbury's like, okay, so how did the honeymoon go? Like, how's it been going? And Charlotte's like, oh, it's going good. And she's like, okay, how'd the wedding night go? And Charlotte's like, oh, it was all right. It was great. Donsbury ain't stupid. She's like, girl, listen, my wedding night was horrible, okay? Frederick Douglass just got on top of me and did his business, all right? It was horrible. It was a long night, okay? A long, cold, dark night, okay? And so that makes it comfortable for Shar to tell her, okay, listen, girl. What had happened was, I thought we was finna do the horizontal Tootsie Roll that my governor told me I'm supposed to do when I become queen. But, behold and lo and behold, this motherfucker got me my own palace while he's at the other palace. He's at the main palace where the whites be. I'm at the nigga palace on the side, okay? And so Lady Donsbury's like, okay, side palaces. All right, that's interesting. Well, did y'all do the do? And Shar's like, what is the do? And Lady Donsbury's like, you don't know what the do is? She's like, yeah, I don't know what to do. So how do I make it do what to do if I don't know what doing the do is? So now you have Lady Donsbury who's like, listen, girl, we gonna have to teach you what the do is. So she asked the workers to bring her pencil and paper. And remember in sex ed when they literally had pictures of sex, how sex looked, sexual positions? She actually did that, and I screamed. She literally drew out pictures of the sexual positions for Charlotte to see what doing the do is. And Charlotte's like, okay, this is interesting, this is cute and all, but bitch, King George don't fuck with my black ass. So I'm not about to give his white ass my black ass pussy, okay? Black pussy and his pink meat don't mean. You don't like my black ass, you don't get no black pussy, okay? You don't want to fuck with me, you not gonna fuck my black pussy, all right? And Lady Donsbury's like, well, girl, let me remind you that as the queen, first of all, it's not too long ago that queens were beheaded because they did not or could not provide an heir, okay? So before you lose your neck and your back, let me remind you that as the queen, it is your job to produce an heir, okay? As the queen, his pink dick and your black pussy must meet, all right? Them continents must meet, okay? There must be a meeting in your bedroom, whether you like it or not. You must meet, all right? Them continents, they meet, okay? If not, your head will be meeting the ground, okay? After your beheading, okay? All right? Okay, cool. Do y'all remember like in 6th grade, 7th grade, when they started showing us sex ed and they started showing us like different positions? She literally started drawing the positions. Okay, this right here, missionary. All right, this right here, doggy style. Okay, this right here, yoga, I am my way. Okay, this is your yoga pose. This right, she was breaking down all the sexual positions. I screamed. I fucking screamed. Your black ass coochie and his pink dick, them continents have to meet. Them continents have to meet. I'm sorry, girl. Okay? Look at your job description. Number 1, black coochie, pink meat, must meet. The meat must meet. Okay? Them continents must meet. All right? Okay, so word gets out that Lady Donsbury and Charlotte met up during her honeymoon week. Now again, that's a big no-no because during your honeymoon week, you're supposed to be fucking. Your cheeks supposed to be getting clapped, okay? So the king's mother finds this out and she invites Lady Donsbury for tea. Now, when Lady Donsbury first gets the invite, you know, she's in bed with Frederick Douglass. Again, you know, and they having color purple sex. And, you know, when she gets an invite to the palace, he's upset because he's like, damn, like, why do you keep getting all these invites? I don't get nothing. Like, I went to school with the king's father. Like, I am of prominent descent. Why are they not inviting me to anything? And so she's like, you know, I don't know what's going on. Let me just go on down to the king and let me see what they're talking about. So when she gets down there, she's being summoned by the king's mom. So they having tea, crumpets, croissants, or whatever. And mid croissant bite, the king's mom is like, okay, girl, so I heard you went down to see Shar. What's going on with Shar? And she's like, oh, you know, I was down there and we were talking about our love for Beethoven and Mozart, and you know, our love for charitable events, and you know, our favorite colors and all that. And the king's mom's like, girl, cut the shit. Are they fucking or not? Has my son clapped Charlotte's cheeks yet? Have her eggs been cracked? Cause I need a grandchild. Okay? And Lady Dunsbury's like, girl, you know, I don't know, girl, I'm not here to divulge that type of information. And the king's mom is like, Agatha, I need trusted ears down to Buckingham Palace. And what I loved about what happened next, we saw that black women jump out. And Lady Dunsbury was like, you will not call me Agatha. My name is Lady Agatha Dunsbury. Remember the title that you conveniently gave me when y'all got a nigga queen? Yeah. Respect my nigga title. All right? Respect my royal title. My name is Lady Agatha Dunsbury. Respect that. Know that. Say it. Remember it. And don't you ever fucking forget it. Ooh, I love that. And then she followed that up with, and let me remind you something. I understand you need a trusted ear, but what do I get for that? Because see, baby, unlike you, I came from royalty. Real royalty. My grandfather was the king of Sierra Leone. Bitch, let me tell you something during this Black Mama Month. Ooh! Let me tell you something. Oh, she read her ass for filth. She reminded her, yeah, kingdoms, black people started that shit, bitch. It ran in our blood, bitch. We didn't enslave nobody for it, bitch. We didn't go and capture a whole race for it, bitch. No, it was innate. Yeah, that shit was earned. Yeah. It wasn't slavery, bitch. It wasn't capitalism, bitch. It wasn't imperialistic, bitch. It was real royalty, puss ass hoe. My grandfather was the king of Sierra Leone, puss ass bitch. Yeah, remind these white people. Because see, white people be forgetting that shit. That we started this shit. Royalty, we started that. So I'm happy she reminded her of that. I come from money, so you can't buy my ear. What I need you to do, since you need an ear, what I need you to do is not only put respect on my title, but put respect on my husband. Put respect on my husband and give him access to what he deserves. All this shit right here, he needed access to that. All that shit going on, he need access to that. Yeah. Access and my husband, them continents need to meet. Yeah. We're going to have a real conversation up in this bitch, okay? Back at Charlotte's palace, we see her getting ready for dinner. And who pops up to join her for dinner? Her husband. George joins her for dinner, okay? And she's upset. He's like, you know, I was wondering if we could have a meal. She's like, a meal? A meal? Motherfucker, a meal? She storms out. And as she storms out, he follows her. He tells her he's sorry. He tells her she has every right to be upset with him. He tells her like this is all his fault. He's been nothing but nasty to her. She has every reason to hate him. You know, let me make this up to you. Let me explain to you what's going on. So now they go back to his observatory, child. So they go back to the observatory and they're looking at the stars again. And he tells her that he's been studying Venus. He's been studying Venus and the distance between Venus and the sun. And she's like, well, that's all cool and all. I'm glad that you know the distance between Venus and the sun. I'm happy for you. This is cute. I'm happy that you know the distance between Venus and the sun. But baby, right now, I need you to worry about the distance between your pink meat and my black ass coochie, okay? There's a great distance there. How are we gonna make these continents meet? Okay? Because it's a great distance between the two. How are we going? There needs to be a meeting of the continents, okay? I'm going to need you to start studying that, okay? Can you study? Can you get your stethoscope over here? Can you study? Can we study the distance between my coochie and your dick? Can we study that? Can we study that? You know, he does tell her, listen, being king has made me a very selfish person. You know, I'm used to people waiting on me hand and foot. But I apologize. She doesn't take his apology, but they do kiss. I do see tongue and tonsils going to war. I do see that. Then he says, you know what? I'm going to come to Buckingham. So he has all his stuff moved from his place that he has. and he comes to Buckingham. So now they're back together again. So now you have the staff packing up all his shit. Now they're back together, one together in the palace together. Okay? The palace workers get her nice and cute for her wedding night. Baby, they put the best robe on my good sis. A nice sick ass robe, baby. They had her fro-froing, baby. Let me tell you something. They had the fro-froing. Okay, them white people knew how to do some fros back then now. Oh, did I see some was it black people doing the fros? I don't remember if I saw black people actually doing the hair. But baby, the fros were intact. The fros were intact. And so now she's in the room. She's in the room. They in the room together. They about to get it on. He tells her, listen, do you know how wedding nights go? I know this is not technically our wedding night, but we're going to make this our wedding night. And he tells her, you know, do you know how things go? And she says, I don't really know, but I did see some drawings. Shout out to Lady Dunsbury. Shout out to Lady Dunsbury for coming through with the porno sketches, okay? Side note, them drawings really was like porn back in the day. Like that was... them sketches was Pornhub back then. I am screaming. Them sketches was Pornhub. I'm screaming. Anyway, y'all, they do the do. They had the sex. And it was so beautiful. And I just could not stop thinking about how unbeautiful my first time was. My first time was so unbeautiful. My God. How was y'all's first time? The first time y'all had sex. Was it like nice? Was it rose petals everywhere? Was it butterflies flying around? Because, bitch, my shit was ghetto. Please remind me to tell y'all about my first time. I think I have already, but that shit was ghetto. Did y'all peep how both of they butlers was getting it in while they was getting it in? They was just down there fucking. Well, they had been fucking. They was fucking when they was down to the star room. When Charlotte had barged into the star room where George was at, the butlers was fucking. Every time they get a chance, they just be fucking. My gosh. They was in that side room fucking. Oh, Lord. Just fucking. Whew, all that fucking in the kingdom. I'm sorry. If I'm king and I'm not getting no cheeks, my butlers better not be getting no cheeks either. I don't know how to feel about that. Like, that should be a rule. If the king and queen not fucking, y'all don't need to be fucking either. All right? So anyway, they finally make a penis sandwich. So they finally start cooking up an air. The Dansburys both get summoned. Okay, so they're happy as hell. Charlotte wakes up the next morning after getting her cheeks beat in. She's happy as hell, but she's looking for her husband. Her husband is not in the bed with her. She's walking up and down the palace, and she literally overhears a conversation with him and his mother. She hears his mother asking, have you clapped her cheeks or nah? Have you beat her coochie in or nah? And you hear George very angrily saying, listen, you told me to charm her. I did that. You told me to bed her. I did that. You told me to keep my distance so she wouldn't know me. I'm doing that. I'm protecting the secrets that you have told me to protect. What the fuck else do you want from me? Like, I'm doing everything that my duty tells me to fucking do. Like, get off my motherfucking back, bitch. I'm doing my king's duty. What else do you want me to fucking do? And of course, Charlotte hears all this and she storms off. You know, it's so crazy because before she overheard the conversation, she went to the butler. She was like, you know, make sure you get breakfast ready for me and my husband. Me and my husband. We're going to have our first breakfast together, me and my husband. So now per hearing this conversation, she's like, you know, fuck that white nigga. I'm going to go have breakfast by myself. Can y'all make sure my eggs are scrambled? My waffles are medium dark. Yeah, I'm not waiting for that nigga. Go ahead and have my shit ready. That white nigga could stay in that room with his mama. I'm gonna have breakfast a la one. Okay, a la one. All right. I think that overhearing this conversation with the king's mother and the king is when it really hits home for Char that, you know what? This is not about this man liking me. This man doesn't have to like me. This man doesn't have to love me. You know, this is about me being here to do my duty and figuring out how I'm going to do that effectively with or without this man. Being someone that likes me or loves me or shows me any affection or whatever. Like, that's what it's giving now. But also, as I'm watching this, it's very much giving to me. It's like, why did y'all go and get this girl all the way in Germany? Why did y'all go and get this black girl? What is wrong with this man What is so wrong with this man that y'all didn't want to pass on the knowledge of what's wrong with him to a fellow white person? It's really giving, you know what? Only a nigger could deal with this. Only a nigger girl could deal with this. Let's get him a nigger girl. That's what it's giving. Like, whatever it is that's going on with him, whatever it is that y'all don't want us to know, it's giving, let's pass this on to a black person, because black people are good with dealing with trauma. Black people are good with dealing with pain. Black people are good at this. This is the black this is the ministry of black people. Trauma. So we can pass this on to a black person. They know how to deal with trauma. That's what this is giving. And let me know if that's what it's giving to y'all. It's giving very much racism. Like, it's giving, this is racist. This is racist. Then we see after he meets with his mom hauls ass. And then, like, he kind of faints. And when he faints, his butler comes in and he's like, you know, call the medic. And you know, the butler says, listen, like, Charlotte doesn't know, and she will never, ever know, right? And so, again, it's like, okay, he ain't gay. He ain't how you doing. What is wrong with him? Is he sick? Does he have cancer? Is it COVID? Is it coronavirus? Like, what is going on with this man that is so damaging that y'all are not letting this girl know? And y'all know that as a black woman, she deserves to deal with this. We could just pack this on her. Y'all, these first 2 episodes to me were so amazing, honestly. Like, during Black Women's Black Mama Month, this was a really, really good, strong 2 episodes. I look forward to finishing the series. But I gotta tell you, this is kind of sad to me as a black women's, because damn, it really let me be honest here, I never really looked at Queen Charlotte's actual story. I've never really read about her, never really did my research about her. And to be honest, I didn't know that there were blacks in the royal kingdom until Meghan Markle. That's when I remember saying something, oh, well, the first black, and somebody's like, no, that's not the first black. And that's when I knew, I went to do the research, like, oh, there was this Queen Charlotte, but I never really took the time to research who she was and what her real story is. And so I'm watching this, and I have like read a little bit, but after I finish the series, I am gonna do my due diligence to read up on her, and then maybe sum it up and sum up some of the history that I read when I finish these reviews. But let me know what you guys think about these first 2 episodes. First of all, the actresses who play the Queen Charlotte, young Charlotte, you know, Queen Charlotte, the older one as well, young Lady Dansbury, the older one as well. I mean, they're carrying this shit. This is amazing to watch. I really want more of this. Even if we go on to fictional ones, I want to see more black royalty on television. I really want to see that. But it's also kind of sad because, damn, no matter where we go as black women, we don't really have a safe place to love and be loved. Like, that's kind of what this story makes me think of. And I know that's not the story for every black woman. I know there are a lot of black women all over the world who are loved, who have done their due diligence to find who prefers them, and, you know, are living great love lives. I know black women who are madly in love. Especially, I know most of them who I know that are madly in love, they're madly in love with people who are outside their race. But damn, it's like, damn, not even as royalty. This is what she had to deal with as a black woman. I don't know. But anyway, y'all, let me know your thoughts on these first 2 episodes. I look forward to reviewing episode 3 and 4 in the next review. Like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.